Navigating starting a business, it's very difficult, and I can see how it would be even more difficult for someone who doesn't know the language and doesn't have the resources to know where to start. Yo nací en Guadalajara, Jalisco, México, y la vida en México era muy bonita, tenía toda mi familia y amigos y la cultura, pero mi papá decidió que teníamos que mudarnos a los Estados Unidos para buscar una nueva vida y mejores oportunidades para nuestra familia. We need more organizations that could provide guidance to lead us to the place where we want to be able to bring back some of those resources to our community. If I knew what I was getting myself into, I probably wouldn't have done it, just because it was so scary to try to find all these resources.
Uplift Coalition is a group of community members from across our 6-county region who've come together to help address some of the most pressing barriers to economic opportunity that face the people who live among us and carry the weight of our community on their shoulders every day. Economies are expressions of our values, shaped by what we prioritize and how we care for one another.
I think one of the hardest things to actually point out and talk about is in the issue, say, from the Black and Brown community. There's a solidarity in being marginalized, but there's also a struggle in the resources that are given into that marginalized community or communities. And that's one of the reasons why I like Uplift, is because in reality, what Uplift is doing is identifying and looking at a system that's always been, and now making sure that the voices of people who have not been heard are being heard.
The Latino community, they have a voice. They have so much feedback to provide, and what a better way to work in collaboration with Uplift in this new initiative in the Central Coast. Uplift de la Costa Central es una coalición de 6 condados que abarca los condados de Santa Cruz, San Benito, Monterrey, San Luis Obispo, Santa Bárbara, Ventura. Es el hogar de más de 2 millones de personas.
As we've spent time with community members across our 6-county region, we hear about a lot of challenges that families are facing. Some are similar across the 6 counties and some are different, but some of the main themes that keep percolating are access and affordability of childcare, housing, transportation, language services, healthcare, career pathways, training, and education.
Ellos están enfocados en escuchar a nuestra comunidad latina. Cuando digo nuestra comunidad latina, estamos hablando de personas que hablan español, personas que hablan mixteco, indocumentados, y después traer cambios aquí a la costa central, de cómo nuestra economía puede cambiar para tener mejores oportunidades para todos.
So often, economic initiatives are informed by the same people with a lot of power, and we don't take a ton of time to get really curious about who's not at the table.
Historically and intentionally, marginalized communities, those who have felt their voices have not been heard, those who have not been seen, have been left out of our economic conversations. We're not just working to bring people to the table. Our goal is to rebuild the table. Our goal is to make sure that the voices and the people are both heard and seen.
I think that the average citizen is hustling to be able to just pay rent. And to me, that's not the kind of life that I want to live.
45% of residents in our region belong to families whose income does not cover basic costs. Over the coming years, Uplift will be coordinating a series of action plans informed by research and designed by the community, fulfilling work that lifts families and communities into broadly accessible, equitable, and sustainable jobs.
La visión de Uplift es crear una costa central diversificada, sustentable e innovadora, con abundancia de empleos de alta calidad y con huella de carbono neutra, que ofrezcan salarios más altos, beneficios y oportunidades de desarrollo que pongan fin a la pobreza generacional y brinden futuros más brillantes sin importar las diferencias raciales, étnicas o de género.
When we get really intentional about bringing lots of different people together and co-creating what it looks like to be in community and meet our community's needs together, it's that sentiment of that the rising tides rises all ships. That's the work of Uplift. When we rise the tide, we all rise together. That's our work, that's our goal, that's our vision.
Somos Uplift.
We are Uplift.
Somos Uplift.
We are Uplift, uplifting families, uplifting communities, and uplifting our future. Visit upliftcentralcoast.org to learn more about this work and join our growing coalition of organizations.